Just before midnight that Thursday, Elon Musk tweeted, "The bird is freed." The message confirmed once and for all that he'd finally, officially, really, actually purchased Twitter. Musk, whose Twitter bio now reads Twitter Complaint Hotline Operator, set to work, and almost immediately, chaos ensued. From revamping the app's verification program, to firing top executives, to spurring rumors about massive layoffs at the company, Musk dominated the news cycle over the first week. He generated headlines multiple times a day, drawing widespread criticism, speculation, and lots of celebratory online hate speech from admiring fans. Here are the 9 craziest moments from Elon's first week at Twitter. Number 9. Let that sink in. On Thursday, October 27th, a grinning Elon Musk marched into Twitter headquarters holding a bathroom sink, mumbling to the camera, "You can't help but let that sink in," and chuckling at his own bizarre pun. Musk spent the day at the office holding court with employees and executives. He tweeted that he was meeting a lot of cool people at Twitter today. Rumors that were swirling at the time that Musk planned to cut 75% of Twitter's staff, which he reportedly denied when asked by an employee. Technically, this was a day before his official Twitter tenure started with the close of the buyout on Friday. But the Sync episode set the tone for what will surely be a strange chapter in the company's history. Number 8. Don't let the millions of dollars hit you on the way out. Heads rolled in Musk's first orders of business as he fired Twitter CEO Parag Agrawal, CFO Ned Segal, top policy executive Vijaya Gadde, and general counsel Sean Edgett. It marked the end of the short and tumultuous tenure for Agrawal, who served as the company's CEO for less than a year after founder Jack Dorsey left the company, much of which was dominated by public back and forth with Elon. The departure was likely bittersweet, as Agrawal and his fellow fired executives are owed multi-million-dollar payouts for their early dismissals. Though, Musk reportedly argued they were fired for cause, which, if it holds up, would mean that they won't receive their so-called golden parachute payments. Number 7. Your checkmark will now cost $20. By far, Musk's most controversial move in his first days at Twitter came when he announced on Monday that verification on Twitter would transition to a paid service that runs $20 per month. The billionaire reportedly told a team of engineers they had a week to roll out the feature, or they would be fired. Twitter erupted in protest, with many noting that the $20 fee for the coveted checkmark next to your Twitter bio is far more than even the most expensive streaming services. Turning verification into a pay-to-play setup could also undermine a feature that, at least in theory, is meant to prevent misinformation and harassment on the platform by confirming that notable people are who they say they are. Number 6. Skyrocketing hate speech. Speaking of hate speech, Musk is well aware of people's worries about Twitter descending into a den of iniquity, bigotry, and other vile behavior. That's a particular concern for the company's bottom line, and not just because it might cause users to leave. A shift towards more objectionable content could deal a serious blow to advertising revenue if potential clients avoid the platform. Musk sought to assuage those fears in an open letter to advertisers where he promised Twitter wouldn't become a free-for-all hellscape. He also said he bought the platform to help humanity, whom I love, real words that a real man apparently didn't recognize as absurd. But Elon stans were already hard at work proving that's obviously not going to be true. Researchers at Montclair State University examined the status of hate speech on the platform and found an immediate, visible, and measurable spike in slurs and racial epithets in the hours following Musk's takeover. Many celebrated Musk's inauguration by just tweeting the N-word over and over. Yoel Roth, Twitter's head of safety and integrity, confirmed that conclusion in a tweet, saying the company had been focused on addressing the surge in hateful conduct on Twitter and removed more than 1,500 accounts for violating rules about hate speech over the weekend. Number 5. What about $8 instead? Please? That gets us all the way through the weekend, but Musk was still hard at work, if that's what you call tweeting. Among the detractors who took to Twitter to complain about the proposed $20 price for verification was Stephen King. We could paraphrase, but the man is an author. As King put it, $20 a month to keep my blue check? F that, they should pay me. If that gets instituted, I'm gone like Enron. Musk, whose feelings seemed a little hurt, responded in the comments, bargaining down the price to $8 and all but begging Twitter users to get on board with his plan. He said, "We need to pay the bill somehow. Twitter cannot rely entirely on advertisers. How about $8? What can we say? Elon Musk is a master negotiator. Number 4. Less ads, more problems. Over recent weeks, Musk made a dramatic turn on the subject of advertising. The billionaire, who once said, "I hate advertising," suddenly thinks the whole thing is pretty great now that his bank account is on the line, tweeting that he actually thinks ads can delight, entertain, and inform you. Twitter makes 90% of its revenue from ads. On Monday, Jason Kalankis, an investor and pal who Musk brought on board his new Twitter team, wrote that company reps were in New York meeting with members of the ad industry. It's unclear who those members of the marketing and advertising community are. Morning Brew reporter Ryan Barwick tweeted that the leading ad firms, Dentsu, Omnicom, IPG, and Group M, all said they hadn't met with Twitter or even heard of any meetings with the company. Advertisers seem increasingly skittish about working with the Twitter amid concerns about brand safety on a platform that might soon be rife with distasteful content. HBO released a statement that it will be assessing the platform under its new leadership. GM stopped advertising on Twitter altogether, and leading ad firm IPG urged its clients to consider pausing Twitter ads. Number 3. Too late to bring back Vine? Just in time for Halloween, Musk tweeted out a poll asking if he should bring Vine back from the dead. Vine was a short-form video app that Twitter purchased and shut down years ago. Since Vine's shuttering, another app you might have heard of, which also centers around short video, got some attention, called TikTok. Hindsight is 20/20, but hey, maybe it's not too late. On Thursday, reports surfaced that the idea was more than a poll, and Musk asked employees at the company to look into resurrecting Vine. Number 2. Maybe I won't unban everyone. Musk calls himself a free speech absolutist. He famously said banning Donald Trump from Twitter wasn't just a mistake, it was also immoral. Musk promised on multiple occasions that he would welcome the former president back onto the platform. In fact, Musk said he's against the idea of permanent bans altogether, and he thinks basically any speech that isn't illegal should be allowed on the Twitter. If he follows through on his word, which is a big if given his track record, that would mean a long list of monsters would make their way back to the land of tweets. That would make a lot of people on the right happy, but it turns out, like it so often does, that Musk spoke before he thought through the consequences. Now that reality struck and he's had time to think about whether or not being the home of hate speech would be good for Twitter's bottom line, Musk doesn't seem so sure about all that unbanning anymore. Musk also wrote that the people making that call about all the unbanning will include civil rights community and groups who face hate-fueled violence and will likely take several weeks' time, much to the chagrin of racism fans who thought they'd finally found a champion. Number 1. Actually, yeah, you're all fired. Musk started the week by reassuring Twitter staff that he wasn't going to fire 75% of the company, despite reports to the contrary. And in true Musk fashion, he rounded out the week with a new rumor that he'll be laying off 50% of the company instead. Ha! Funny, right? Reports suggested that the billionaire boy wonder would let 3,700 Twitter employees go later in the day. The exact numbers weren't clear, but countless staffers found their login credentials revoked overnight. That's all for this video, folks. See you on the next one.